welcome to another episode of Creative.
I'm having brain fog because that wasn't enough.
And
Stop moving around.
That'll do.
so moving on to our topic. So creatives versus professionals. I think it's more of like the one question that I want to sort of like deal with is this is kind of stigma, I guess, that's apparent within our industry, the creative arts industry, that people sometimes think of our jobs as not as serious as other professions.
Yeah.
I think the fact that
Very
you guys are
often.
all nodding, you're like, yeah, you know what?
We've all had
You know, like
experiences.
I probably feel like people are saying, oh, this is not really a real job, or, you know, just because we don't have the proper 9 to 5 timings and everything. Do you guys think that there's a change already
Like
in it? Like
nowadays?
people are now more understanding of our industry, or there's
No.
still a like
Not there yet.
there's still a gap? Do you think like
I think it comes down to the price that you charge. The more you charge, the more they appreciate in some levels. But then there's a threshold. Like the higher you charge, and then they'll go like, you know, they're
Too much.
at a level that's like spare change to them. Then that's when they don't value your services. But if they're too low, it's the same thing. That you know.
What do you think, Casey?
For me, I used to not value my work before.
wow?
That's just because my parents didn't allow me to do this job.
Oh, I
That's
can tell you the same
insane.
story.
Wow.
With
Like they were-
Andreas when we first met.
Oh my gosh!
Like they
Yeah.
were against
Yeah.
it. Like they didn't want you to go on to this trade.
Yes.
Tell me.
So 11 years ago, after I finished university, they're like, oh, what are you going to do next? So I worked in a TV station. And then after working in a TV station back home, I went here and then studied my postgrad for film and video.
Oh my gosh! She's a filmmaker.
Yeah.
So this one is just like
Did you know
nostalgia.
this?
Wow.
Brings back memories.
Yeah, brings back.
I think you mentioned that to me quite
Long
a while
time
back
ago,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, when we first met. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I
Wow.
used to work at Access 31 as a traffic coordinator. I schedule
City
all
of
the
Perth.
adverts and you know
That's really
That's really cool.
the was this the programs.
This is
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
Grove
yeah.
Street office, somewhere around there.
No, it was in
Subia.
Great Eastern Highway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is way back.
Way back. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. There's
Wow.
way back. And then one day I was very early at the office. I saw this makeup artist. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. I can do this.
Yeah.
And then husband got he was my boyfriend and became fiance.
Yeah.
And then he told me, I'd like you to just not work too much and just spend time at home. Is there anything that you want to learn? And then I said, I want to learn makeup.
Oh,
Supportive husband.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's
that's-
not really supportive because he's the one who told me
To not
you're
work.
pretty bad at makeup. So I think it's pretty good.
Did you get
makeup.
It's a psychology
Honesty is the best
thing.
policy, though.
Oh, he is very honest. Trust me.
It's a psychology thing. Like when they say, "Oh, you're not good at this," and they're like, "No, I'll prove you wrong."
Yeah,
So
maybe
this
you didn't
is-
have the right
Yeah,
subject
I'm
back
very
then.
kiasu.
Yeah.
So I'll prove you wrong.
Wow.
So yeah, it started there, and then after that, I became a makeup artist after getting married, and I told myself maybe I can do this for a full-time job. And then my husband's like, "Oh yeah, you can do it. Just go ahead, follow your passion." Okay. And then I went back home 2 years after, and my mom's like, "What are you doing? You're doing makeup? Are you serious?" And everyone back home was laughing at me. Oh,
Oh wow.
you should have not studied. You should have just you should have just, done makeup and all that. And I felt so down about myself, but it did not stop me from doing what I want to do. I really proved them. And it was only 6 years ago, I believe. Yes, I remember. My mom told me one day, Casey, it's good that you did what you did because now I'm very proud
Proof.
of what,
That is
Yeah,
so
wow, that's-
satisfying.
Wow,
It's
that's
like,
nice. Well
I
done,
think
Casey's
that's
mum.
that's kind of like a very stereotypical parent attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
I think
it's-
it's just
They just look after.
they
Yeah.
just
wanna
they
look
want to
after
make
you.
sure that they're sure their kids have a sure future, I guess. I guess, yeah.
Well, my mom told me you need to study first and do whatever you want to do after studying. At least you have a backup.
Yeah, I can totally relate because like they didn't want me to do film before. They wanted me to do engineering. And I pretty much know from the start, like
That
when
is-
I was in high school, that's not what I wanted to do because I was like up till like 2 a.m. in the morning trying to finish off a homework, and I'm like, I don't want to do this forever.
Wow. Yeah.
And I was like, nah, don't like this. I want to do film. I almost did not actually study film in uni. I had to like go and take like like a digital design, almost like graphic design, because they thought graphic design is a lot like easier,
Employable.
it's more employable, yeah, compared to film and television.
Yeah.
And I guess so mom kind of like felt like, oh, I already enrolled in there, but she probably felt that I, was not completely happy in that decision. She was like, you know what, just do what you want, and I was like, yes, and I switched course straight away, and yeah.
How
Yeah.
does everybody's like parents went with this when you guys are going into this trade, like our career now? Like were your parents
You had a
supportive?
massive change of career, did you? You started off as an accountant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You had a career
He's
in
a numbers
accounting.
man.
yeah. So I started off in accounting. Actually, not even that. I studied accounting in Japanese. Then I went to Japan for 3 years.
Wow.
Finished Japan. Came over here. Did accounting for 2 years. Was like, nah, not happy. Then I started working some other jobs, and then after that, yeah, just started doing photography more and more, and then yeah, just got helped start Iceberg
Yeah.
Media.
I didn't know you were an accountant.
So I was an accountant before,
I didn't know that.
but I
All
was
knew
like,
was-
no offense to all the accountants out there, but you need a particular personality to strive in accounting. Yeah.
I hate numbers either. And like accounting is like so hard because like once you make a mistake at one point, you have to start all over again. You have to find the
Yeah.
mistake.
I
That's
do
why-
actually see the beauty in accounting. That sounds really weird, but I really do see the beauty in accounting, but it's just not for me.
not for
Yeah, I think it's some point it is still critical, but I mean, once you start running your successful business, then you look back and go, yeah, I'm glad that we know a little bit of background
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
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 But I think it's the same with any, as I said, like the stigma with parents in some ways, that they expect expectations versus reality, and your passion is different.
They just want the
Yeah.
best for us.
Yeah,
so
which
Yeah.
we understand
Which is good, I
anyways.
mean,
which,
Yeah.
I think
I mean-
I'll be like that with my son. No kidding.
I think
wants
it's like
to be a
because we
pilot.
know.
You'll
I mean,
go,
to be honest,
I want
like
to be a makeup artist.
yeah, to be honest, like if
Okay, son, if that
if
works.
someone asks me if they want to, if they tell me they want to do film or something like anything in the arts, I will tell them like, it's not easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell them
It
like,
actually isn't.
It's not.
it's
Did you-
so hard.
Did you find it quite difficult as a makeup artist when you first started?
Yes, because I didn't have anyone to look.
Like no mentor and
no
stuff
mentor.
like that. Wow.
And it was really hard, and that's the reason why nowadays, like with my team, I always make sure that I can mentor and help them out at any possible way, just because I have been there with no one, and I don't want them to have the same, I guess, experience as I did.
Wow.
I always found that my parents were very supportive of anything I did. And I thought that was really refreshing, and I'm very lucky. But at the same time, because they were so supportive, like I had this huge gap of I don't know what to do. Like just this from when I was 17 to I was like, I want to say 20 or like 21. I just had no idea what I wanted to do. But with that, I realized that it's so important to not rush your kids into studying right away after high school. You know how in the Philippines, or maybe, I don't know if in
I
Europe-
got that. Like my mom has to be like, you need to find out what you want to do
At
as early as you can.
16.
I
As
think,
early as you can.
Yeah.
Like I was in grade school. I was like, what do I want to do?
well, I think being as a parent, well,
Hey,
with a
he's a
little bit of
parent.
experience, I think it's good to finish school and have some sort of background
Yes.
rather than saying, oh no, I'm not gonna go to, or I'm gonna drop out of uni and have nothing to fall back on.
Yeah.
But the uni process is not only just academic; it's also a
Social.
lot of things social. You have to have a lot of resilience on dealing situations and time management and all those other things that people might not know about as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of time poor people that found a lot of help from uni.
Early on, I felt like in high school, I wasn't really, I didn't feel like I was awake. You know how like you just wake up, eat, sleep, study. But then when I hit
Oh,
uni,
you study.
I was, high school stuff. I don't remember math, numbers, science. But when I hit
Physics?
uni, yeah, physics. But when I hit uni, that's when I was like, I know what I want. I know what I want to do. Like it's like I just suddenly woke up and like I know who I am. Kind of. This sounds so cheesy, but like yeah, and
Mind maturity.
yeah. And I feel like that had a lot of to do with my parents being like, just decide on what you want to do, and we'll just fully support it.
So you had that light bulb moment.
Light bulb moment, like, oh,
Switched
this
on.
is what I
This
want
is
to do.
Jen's like reaction to
Yeah.
all of this.
Like, but yeah, I don't think I made sense with any of what I said, but like yeah,
Maybe it's the coffee.
Yeah.
maybe it's the coffee.
Yeah, very nice coffee.
But yeah, going back to bridging the gap, how do you guys think, like, what are the things we could potentially do to help, like, people understand that, like, we're professionals? I think one of the main things of the stigma is because it seems that we love,
Communication.
yeah, because it looks like we love what we do and we have so much fun at it.
We
So
really love what we
yeah,
do.
exactly, and it shows, right? And
Yeah.
it looks like we're just playing around. So like it feels like
They think it's just a play.
a
I think-
hobby or
But
something like that.
no.
Yeah.
For myself, I think it's a learning process. When you start dealing with clients, you're dealing with a lot of issues. Not issues, like a lot of different areas, like their emotion, their financial status, and all this other decision making process as well. So the more you realize, although the more you keep them informed, it helps them understand what you do and value your time as well.
Yes, the more we
So,
sort of
Yeah,
communicate it.
yeah.
And also like and I feel like everyone has experienced this as well, is that people seem to think that what we do is something easy, that it's not like
Yeah.
it's
They just think that you go on site and take photos.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
because,
then be
because
done with
it's
it.
so easy to do our jobs as a hobby. Like people can go and take
Yeah.
our jobs as a hobby, like
Yeah.
photography,
The behind the
video,
scenes is
hair, makeup. People will do it on
Yeah.
their own because they can easily start doing it. Like it's
Yeah.
accessible. But then, like if you
What-
look at other professions, for example, like lawyer, doctor, you
yeah.
can't really be
Yeah,
a hobby
like they-
doctor or a hobby lawyer. Not really, but you can be a hobby photographer or a video person or a hair and makeup. Like you just do it because you like it or something
Yeah.
like that.
And
Yeah.
it's there's this like I feel like everyone has experienced this, like they'd be like, oh, can I just buy a camera, or I can just buy makeup and do it myself? It's like no.
It's not the same.
It
Yeah, it's not
doesn't
the same.
work
It's
like
the same,
that.
like how many hours you would be doing on training just to be able to
Yes.
do
I
the right
just-
makeup toning, the
Exactly.
color, the
Yeah.
powder, the
Crazy.
shine.
I mean, I've been doing this for 11 years, and you just don't know how many trainings I have to do every year.
Yeah.
I have to go to Singapore, I have to go
Oh,
to the
whoa.
Philippines. I am hungry for knowledge,
Yeah.
and
Nice.
it's a hobby, yes. I love what I'm doing, but I also treat it as a profession.
I call
And,
it a lifestyle job.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
Because
Lifestyle
if you don't, especially, you need also to have a very supportive family
Yes.
to understand what we do.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you don't have that party to know that you're working on odd hours, just for that, yeah, that,
Sweat and tears.
it makes all the difference and all the actual gray hair difference. The stress is different.
And I don't like that they treat it as if it's so like, you know how they say, oh, it's so expensive, could you put the price down
Training
there?
is not cheap. Like you
Yeah.
would have spent like thousands
That's
of
the
dollars just
thing,
doing
like,
training.
the
No.
ma- the
Just
training.
recently,
Yeah.
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. How many weddings do you do?
Oh, It can vary, but when it's a wedding season, I could go up to 4 weddings a day.
A day.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, that's a lot.
Yeah, I
And-
would work from 3 a.m. until 7 p.m.
You serious? That is.
Although I do have my team with me, I'm very thankful.
Oh,
very
Oh,
thankful.
okay. Yeah.
That
So
makes all
like
the
they go
difference.
to different clients and stuff.
Yes, and I
Okay.
only do the brides
Yeah. Yeah.
most of the
So you
time.
can technically like move around.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and like your team is like the bridesmaids. And
Yeah.
Yeah. The moms.
I train my team like
Nice.
every Tuesday during winter time. I always get to, message them and like, hey, at my place at this time, please,
Come.
let's, train you guys for the next wedding season. So
That's
I'm
good.
very dedicated with
Train on
mine.
Andrea.
Shall we?
What? Hair makeup.
we always get like a very good surprise when she rocks up with makeup, and then we go, oh, you look different today.
In a good way. Don't mind-
Whoa.
don't worry.
Matt
Andrea.
will go, whoa.
I was like, "Ooh,
What is wrong today?
Are you okay?
what's wrong? Are you okay, Andrea?"
Don't
Actually, I
die.
feel like I've never seen you wear a dress before.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
like
think
that.
you would
I've
have.
seen you with play suits.
I have.
Maybe
Yeah.
on
I
your
only-
wedding, right?
Yeah, I'll wear a dress.
Oh my
Definitely on my.
gosh.
No, I'm wearing a jumpsuit on my wedding day.
You're
what was it? What was one experience you've had that you've managed to actually bridge that gap to, like, let's say a client, or it doesn't have to necessarily be a client, can be a friend who's outside the industry. Like, what was like an experience that you've managed to actually address that gap and be like, hey, look, welcome to my world, kind of thing.
Make them understand what you do, and what you do is more important.
Oh, yep.
And how they value your skills and work.
Oh, well, as you know, I'm a full-time mom as well. So every time my clients go to, to my studio, I would have to bring my son with me.
Yep.
So ever since he's still a baby, I would carry him and all that. And, the clients would be asking, are you sure you want to do this? I love what I'm doing. It's
Yeah.
okay. And they understand. They respect me because I still manage to do their makeup, and look after a little
Yeah.
one. It's a tough job.
That's crucial because they can understand your passion in there,
Yes.
and that's what drives you.
Yes.
That's, I would say, one of the top one key factors in getting clients to understand what you do. You know,
Exactly.
they can see your passion that runs you in the blood. Yeah, that just makes them become more your friend than your client.
That's right.
And yeah, by the time you know it, you have a lifelong client. Yeah.
And they all become my friends as
Yeah.
well. And they would understand, oh my gosh, you do hair and makeup and then you look after your little one as well. I said, yeah, I do. But
Yeah.
It becomes more personal, like they can relate to you.
yes, That's right.
And once they see that you are human, they can see, oh, actually, yeah, like she also needs to make a living too. So,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then obviously the after, the before and after, the after will be like really nice and be like, whoa, never seen myself look
Yeah.
this good. I
But
mean,
there are
I've never had
scenarios-
makeup, but
yeah, there are scenarios where you don't want to be too friendly, where they start expecting freebies.
Mm.
You know.
Oh.
Have you had
yeah.
freebies? People ask for freebies before, like as
No,
in,
not really freebies. Like more like they want to be special treatment kind of scenario. I've had to, like in my case, like we have to make sure that you do make sure that they understand your time. Yeah, once they start understanding your time, they're not gonna come in and say, oh, you got a camera, just come and shoot this event here and there. It doesn't make sense if they don't understand what you do.
And also we work on weekends.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
So
that's one-
I mean that's the gap.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's a
Because
premium time.
we are pretty much sacrificing that time to do hair and makeup. I mean, for myself to do hair and makeup for brides, but it's my passion, and my I'm just really thankful that my husband and my son understands that. And I think from there, clients actually understand what I have to sacrifice
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
It's like here you are having the best time of your life, and I'm working, but like because you enjoy
No,
it, it doesn't
I'm
really.
passionate
Yeah.
about it.
So that's why, right? So that's
Yeah.
the difference between like a job and
Yeah.
doing something that you
That's
love.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've had like a free weekend for a couple of months already.
What do you
But-
mean?
What do you mean? You just went to Camino.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm still doing other
8
stuff
weeks,
as well.
man.
Other stuff as well.
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
6.
Okay, 6.
6 weeks.
Felt like 8 though.
It felt like 8. It could have been 9.
Bad.
Yeah. Wow. I used to do a lot of midnight graveyard shifts as well. And
Oh,
my
he does
passion is all
clubbing.
music and
Clubbing.
I mean,
I don't, I,
Just like,
see, I work,
like
okay?
dancing.
I don't
He
just
goes
go to the
clubs
clubs.
to
Does your wife
Oh, I meant like he shoots in club.
I should, yeah.
I'm
I
getting
should
a bit
lot of
worried. He
concerts.
said white hair earlier.
with your baggy patched pants.
What do you really do?
Oh man.
I blend in.
Okay. Well, final question to end the night is mainly for Ate Casey.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. What is like one advice you want to give a budding hair and makeup artist who wants to thrive in the industry?
Never give up.
Like,
Never give up, because if you give up, then you'll give up your dreams. And for me, I struggle as well until now, like, oh, am I doing the right thing? And at the end of the day, I always tell myself I love what I'm doing. And I'm happy that I never gave up, and I'm still not going to give up.
That's awesome. That's
Great.
awesome. All right. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Oh, someone's getting a hang of this.
She's not here.
She's gonna make her seat very warm next time.
All right. Well, that's it for us from the Iceberg team, and Ate
We
Casey,
hope you
our
enjoyed
guest.
it, and yes, comment if you want some other topics that you want to discuss.
Oh yeah.
We're always welcome for questions, so just shoot us a question and we're happy to answer it.
Also, check out the other video. We're gonna feature Casey Wong and know more about her on the other video. So I don't know how to click the link.
Is
Do
it
that
like
yet.
Just go
So
put it up there.
just we'll put it up somewhere.
Is it
I don't know
like
how it
down
works
below?
yet, but we'll make
Top
things
left
work.
or top right?
Is it
All
up?
right.
Is it
So
down?
It's everywhere.
that's it. That's it.
confused.
Bye, guys.
See you later. Bye.
Never give up.
You should make a song.